Thinking about the succession of a business is absolutely critical, and it's something that many business owners don't do either at all or don't do very well. There is definitely a process to be involved here, and there's definitely a lot of thinking that goes into it. And the documents that are relevant will depend on the structure of the business and the objectives that the client wants to achieve. There are many documents that can potentially be important here. There may well be a need to review and look at the constitution for family companies or privately owned business entities. Now, those constitutions may be a little out of date. They may need, renewal and refreshing more generally, but they may also need to be, refined in a really specific way to deal with the business succession objectives. If part of the business structure involves family discretionary trusts, or any trusts for that matter, then the trust deeds for those trusts will need to be reviewed, sometimes updated, and again, sometimes amended so that they can be very precisely achieving the objectives for the business succession. More generally, there's going to be lots of other documents that are involved as well. There may well be, particularly in the context of family businesses, family charters, setting out the duties and obligations and expectations of the family with respect to their business. There may well be what's called buy-sell insurance deeds to deal with the change in ownership of businesses in a insurance-funded context. There will likely need to be reviewing of contracts, employment contracts with key people, and incentive arrangements with key people. And having regard to some business structures, the personal wills of the matriarch or patriarch of the business will also be a key document. Most obviously, perhaps in the case of a sole trader, where their business is in fact owned by them and will be directly dealt with by their will. But more generally, there will be assets of the business that may be held by the individual. Now, if I'm the director of the family company or privately owned business, and I own shares in the company in my personal name, then those shares are an asset of mine, and my will becomes important in dealing with part of the succession of the business, because my will is the mechanism by which those shares will change hands in the event of my death. The other reason why our wills might be important is because the will might deal with other relevant business assets. It may be that I personally own the business premises from which our business is conducted. The business premises might be a critical asset to the business, therefore my will becomes a critical component of the business succession planning. And sometimes if businesses are conducted through family trusts, or if the family trust is a key aspect, is a key owner of the business, or owns a key asset of the business, sometimes there's some nuanced things to deal with family trusts, which we need to consider as part of the business succession planning. So it may be that the assets that are held in that family trust, and we want to continue to be held in that family trust for the benefit of the business, if I'm the person who is controlling that family trust, be it through the trustee role, be it through shares in a trustee company that I own, or be it through important officers like an appointer of a family trust who has the power to remove the trustee and appoint a new trustee, they're all things that I can deal with in my will, so that in the event of my death, I can make sure that control of that family trust passes to the right people. And that's important because that family trust is controlling important business assets. Also, there are sometimes circumstances where I might be owed a lot of money from the family trust. There may be a big debt owing to me. If that family trust is critical to the business and it owes a large debt to me, the structure of my will becomes rather important, because that debt that is owed to me is in fact an asset of mine, will be dealt with by my will, and that if it's not dealt with properly and not passed on to the right people, and there's no planning around that, pretty catastrophic results could occur for the business. The business might suddenly find itself owing a whole lot of money to people who are not involved in the business and really shouldn't be owed that money in the first place.